for traffic when exiting.
Hey everyone, it is Sunday, February 19th. The time right now is 12:33 p.m. and the temperature is around 5 degrees Celsius. I'm here at King Street and River Street. And that was a 504 King Streetcar I was just on. Traveling westbound. And this is right where King Street East begins, as half a block to the north is Queen Street. And for this one, I'll be walking over to Underpass Park, which is coming up just ahead here. And we'll take a quick look around there. And that's in an area known as the Canary District. And then I'll walk west, I think along Front Street East, through the St. Lawrence neighborhood. And I'll probably finish up somewhere around Yonge Street. So this is on the east end of downtown. And this would be the appropriately named Underpass Park. And that is Eastern Avenue running on top of it. And this opened back on August 2nd in 2012. And it features a lot of art by local and indigenous artists. It's also quite popular among skateboarders. And it features these basketball courts, and there's also a little skate park just up ahead here. And this walkway will lead you up to Eastern Avenue. And there's a playground over on the other side of the park. And in the summer here, they have farmers markets. I think they're definitely making the most of this space, although it did come at a cost. I think it was around $9.5 million in total to build this park. And straight ahead is the Corktown Common Park. And this is Eastern Avenue. And there's a CN Tower sighting. And this is the home of the... I've got my phone in the wrong, or my camera in the wrong mode. The Dominion Wheel and Foundries Limited Manufacturing Complex. And a few years ago, the province moved in and started tearing these buildings down, and it created a lot of controversy in the area. As they had heritage status under the city. And it wasn't a very public or transparent redevelopment process. The province just kind of moved in with some developers and started demolishing this site. And there was a very strong local effort to oppose it. So what ended up happening was they came to sort of a compromise plan where they're going to save 2 of these buildings. This would be one of them, and incorporate them into a new development. You can see there, Save the Foundry is written on the side of the building there. And these buildings here are all part of a massive development that was scheduled to open back in 2015 as part of the Pan Am Games. And this was where a lot of the athlete housing was located. And the idea was to flip it into a residential community once the games are over, and that's what's happened. And there is the aviary. And the area takes its name from the old Canary restaurant, which ironically went under due to the redevelopment of this area. And we'll be walking past where that site was. And I think that place, the aviary, is a bit of a tip of the cap to that place. There's also a Long Slice Brewery right there and a Sukhothai. And Corktown Common Park, again, just off in that direction. But there's still a number of new buildings and developments going up in this area. This area here, I believe, becomes a splash pad in the summer. If I had one complaint, it's a little too gray. And buildings, there's not much green space. This pedestrian walkway that I'm on now, the whole thing comes off as kind of sterile. But that's pretty much par for the course when it comes to master planned communities like this. If we were to build a new city from scratch, I think this is kind of what it would end up looking like. And they've got a local cannabis shop, of course. And part of George Brown College is here. That's the Lucian Thornton Blackburn Conference Center just on the right. I guess all the countries who participated in those games are represented on these little plaques. I was here when the games took place, and really there was absolutely no buzz in the city at the time. There's where the Canary Restaurant was located. And that was in that site for decades. And just to the north of here is King Street East. A lot of new developments going in. And just south of here is the Distillery District. And the neighborhood just to the north is known as Corktown. There's the 121 Esplanade River Street bus. Looks like a car dealership is moving. I wonder if this building will be redeveloped at some point. It doesn't really seem to fit in with the future plans of the neighborhood. And this is Trinity Street. So here's where Eastern Avenue merges into Front Street. That would be Eastern Avenue right there. I was just in a Jeep Wrangler at the auto show last Thursday. There's one, although the one I was in was a hybrid model. So this is walking west along the south side of Front Street East, and coming up is Parliament Street. And once I get on the other side of Parliament Street, I'll be in the St. Lawrence neighborhood. And coming up is where the future home of Corktown Station will be. That's being built as part of the Ontario line. I can't imagine the station will be using up two entire blocks here. One on the north side of Front and this one on the left. Maybe they're just using it as a construction staging site.
We're all parked so far away.
There's look south down Berkeley Street. There's the old home of the Canadian Opera Company. And that dates back to 1882, and that's currently their administration home. That's also a rehearsal space, and there's a 450-seat theater in there.
No, the only time we ever had a conversation about money was when she lied and said that I said that, and that,
There's the Joey and Toby Tenenbaum Opera Center. So I guess before the Four Seasons Center for the Performing Arts opened at Queen and University, this would have been the place to go see the opera in the city.
yeah.
There's the old Toronto Sun building. Toronto Sun is a tabloid-style newspaper, often affectionately referred to as a rag. Although they moved up to where the National Post is located on Bloor Street East. And the Globe and Mail, a major national newspaper, is headquartered right next to it. And a no-frills supermarket has moved in.
I've had that problem.
And here's Princess Street. They're really packing in the condos here. For a brief period of time, there was a Sobeys supermarket right on that spot. It was extremely expensive. I lived down the street from there. I always found myself walking several more blocks over to the metro.
What are you getting at?
And on the right-hand side here used to be an Esso. It's a gas station. It looks like they're preserving the facade of that building there. That's neat. Downtown has lost a number of its gas stations. Not surprisingly, I guess. These condos are new. It's a pair of 26-story towers. And there's the facade of that building they're preserving. I'm all for keeping our history, but that almost seems kind of pointless to save that. Retail space there at the base of these new condos with no occupants yet. On the left is the Young People's Theater, right next to a library. That's one of those trick eye museums. And I guess it's Family Day. Or the Family Day weekend. bars, a breakfast and lunch spot. And coming up is Jarvis Street, and that's where we'll find the St. Lawrence Market itself, where this neighborhood takes its name. At least I think that's the case. And there it is. That building dates back to 1845, and it's operated as a city hall, a jailhouse, and municipal buildings. And it opened as a public market back in 1902. Although it is not open today. And here's the new Northern Market going in. It's not uncommon to see tourists out front. Oh, there are people coming and going. I thought it was closed on Sundays, but it seems to be open. I thought it was closed Sundays and Mondays. There might be a couple of food spots that are open, actually. I know there's a pub in there called Paddington's that's quite popular. You know what? I'm gonna go investigate. Seems we got a break in traffic. And the Northern Market will be home to a farmer's market. And there used to be an antique market, which I think has been canceled. Well, there we go. I was wrong. Sunday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. And this is where you can get one of those delicious trademark female bacon sandwiches.
Come here more often.
And I think this is the best place to get them. Here at the carousel, just up here on the right.
It's salty. It's a big one. I think it's a good thing that they're not considering buying.
$7.95 on a soft bun. Oh well, back to Front Street. And in the summertime, they pedestrianize the street here, Market Street. I'm not sure if that will be coming back, but I think it would be a good thing if it did. And Imagine Cinemas is just across the street over there. That used to be Rainbow.
Right next to the park. How's that Canary?
Yeah, and then maybe we can go back.
There's the iconic Flatiron Building, built by the Gooderham and Worts Distillery. The Wildlife Thrift Store. So this is Church Street. And across the street is Birksey Park. Let's look at the dog fountain. There's Meridian Hall, formerly the O'Keefe Center, and later the Hummingbird Center. It's gone by a number of different names. And I walked by the St. Lawrence Center for the Arts, a place I've never been to actually. I've been to this place and seen a few shows. There's Biff's, a well-known steakhouse. When Andrew Schultz announced his Toronto show, it was originally scheduled for Massey Hall. He's a comedian. But the owners of that venue didn't agree with his brand of comedy So he moved his show to here where I think there's a larger seating capacity. And we are at Yonge Street. So this is where Front Street East ends. And we'll turn into Front Street West. There's the Hockey Hall of Fame, which used to be located over at Exhibition Place. So I'm just going to keep heading west here until we get to Union Station, which is a block away. The old Dominion public building on the left. Formerly a federal property. That bus will be going all the way up to Pape Station. We'll be passing through Queensquay and Commissioners, which is in the Portlands area. I can enter those steps there. Enter those steps. That's some good English. Head down those steps and enter the subway station. But it is 1:13, so I've got about 30 minutes before I have to tap back into the subway without being charged an extra fare. So I think what I'll do is I'll head in and grab some lunch inside Union Station. And on that note, I hope you enjoyed this walk mostly along Front Street East, starting in the Canary District at Underpass Park, well, King and River to be specific. And let me know your thoughts and comments down below. And if you wish to support the channel, there's links to my Patreon and YouTube channel membership in the description. I have an Instagram account at Johnny Strides and a TikTok account there as well. Well, you get the idea. And there's also a super thanks button appearing below these videos if you wish to say thanks that way. Anywho, thank you for watching. Stay warm, stay safe, and I will catch you on the next one. Yoink.